This is going to be a 2-player setup example for Corners of the Earth Dawn Edition. And a little ahead of myself because these aren't usually out first, but I'm going to use it to make sure everything's in the camera. So the first rule of the setup is to give each player a pawn. So I'm going to pretend I'm green and my opponent is yellow. And you want to take all the cards out of the box with this back and make sure that the first player card, which has the back on both sides, is separate. You want to shuffle the deck, and then the key number in this game is 4, so each player is going to be dealt 4 cards. If you just want to choose a random start player, just give someone the start player card and deal 4. Or what the rules say is to take out 4 for each player, add the start player card in and shuffle, and then you're going to want to deal them face up, so the person who gets the start player card, which will be random, will get the 5th extra card, so that both players will end up with 4. This will happen that you didn't have to do anything different. So they both have 4 cards, and yellow will be the start player. So this would be green player's hand. This would be yellow player's hand. And the next step would be to give each player one of the environment cards. So we'll pretend this is dealt out randomly, and green got the forest and yellow got the ocean. So we would start the game by the ocean and put both of our pawns here. Okay. So these 4 cards are kind of the score track. To reach the end of a round, you go from the beginning, and once someone gets to the last dot or beyond, we'll signal the end of the round, and then the start player will go around, and each player will start the next one. Okay. But next you want to take the deck and draw the top 4 cards to form the corners, which is how you play your cards from your hand. And then put the draw deck somewhere nearby. You just want to make sure there's enough room to play cards from your hand crossway. Okay. Finally, there's 4 sets of score cards just to keep track of score, so you don't have to write anything on pen and paper. And you want to give the person, for example, if I'm the forest, just give me the forest reminder card, and we give my yellow opponent the ocean card, and each player will get one of each symbol for their deck. It's simply to keep track of your score after each round. So there's only you can only use these cards 4 times in the game, not every turn that everybody goes. So in other words, when somebody reaches the end of the track the first time, you're going to record your score. So if you want to use them in the beginning of the game, it's 0. And you put this nearby, and then at the end of the round you can make whatever, I believe up to 80 points by combining the 2 cards. Just cover up the number that you're not using. So there's 81 actually, or it could be 18. Finally, the majority marker might be used at the beginning of the game if there's a majority of an environment. If there's a tie, then it's just set to the side for now. But right now, there's 3 forests and 2 desert, 2 cave. So there is a majority. So we're going to put the majority marker at the forest. And that's explaining the rules what that means. Which is, if you own an area that has a majority, if it's your own area and somebody lands on it or you land on it, you get a bonus point. Okay, if you have any other questions, you can ask in the comments. And I believe there's a first turn 4-player example somewhere else on the YouTube channel. Thank you.